Where's my phone? Alexa, pause. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Tonight is just one of them nights. I can see people backstage, but I can't see your video if you have it on. I don't know, maybe my internet's okay. There y'all go. Okay. I am going to add you guys in just a second. Give me one moment, y'all. Bear with me. Let me smile. And then I'm going to start adding. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool, yeah. Chris, can you hear me? I can't see your video, Chris. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Where is Clint must have hopped dropped off. Sorry. Maybe his internet, something's going on with his internet. So tonight is a little crazy. Carlicia's not yet on. She's having some issues at work. Some of the guests cannot make it tonight. So we are going to just do what we do, wing it. Tonight's topic is on interracial dating, kind of like getting everybody's viewpoint on it, and some of like the pros and cons and different things like that. So I'm gonna allow the co-host to introduce themselves and let me know your name, your handle, where we can find you, and also if you've ever interracially dated and what you're drinking on tonight. So who wants to go first?
Hey, I'm Greg. You can find me at dgrace_talent. Basically, anything dgrace, the name's copyrighted. I have a varied experience with interracial dating. So a lot of it, basically. And I'm drinking on whiskey, mango habanero whiskey, and ginger ale.
Is this the same drink from last time?
The spice, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to have a strawberry margarita in about 10 seconds.
I'm looking at other margarita mixes I can do to add to my like recipe list. So if anybody has any drink ideas, let me know.
You know what? I typically look up drink ideas on Pinterest. And then I try to like recreate them and like put my own twist on it. So I got like a ton of mixers in my cabinet.
All right.
I'm always trying to. Oh, shoot. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm getting all these messages.
Well, that's my intro.
Okay, Chris, you're next.
Hey, sorry, I'm having technical issues.
Same. It's okay.
Hey, can you repeat the question?
So, you're gonna give your intro. You're gonna do your name, what your handle is, where like you want people to follow you. Hair in my face. Also, if you've ever interracially dated and what you're drinking on, if you have a drink.
I'll start with what I'm drinking. I'm drinking water.
Water.
And I know, right? I know. Stop. Well, I don't know where to start again. So my name is Chris, and yeah, that's been basically the story of my life, having interracial relationships. And have they been successful? Yes, some of them have been. Um, a, quite interesting experiences. Where can people find me? Um, Social media. I have another surname under it because of my job. But yeah, if you're interested, I'll shoot it through Messenger.
Okay.
What else?
Um, it's just coming in. So Carlisha was gonna do our intro, which was gonna be Carlisha was going to do our intro, which she was going to talk about a little bit about the history on interracial dating and kind of like the stats on it. So she's not on, so I'll let her go over that when she logs in. She's going to be running a little bit late. So we're going to just get into my questions. Y'all ready for my questions?
Yes.
Woo, woo. Okay. So the icebreaker question for us tonight is going to be, why do you choose to date outside your race? Why is it? Oh, I didn't tell y'all whether or not I've interracially dated. Y'all
Can
want to
I
know?
guess? Can I
Well,
guess?
have you?
Okay, guess. Everybody guess.
No,
No? What do you think, Greg?
no. You might have maybe to explore.
Is Greg stuck?
Is he frozen?
I think he is.
I was having
He's frozen like a movie.
I was having technical issues too.
Yeah, same here.
Ooh, fix that internet. So, Greg, have I ever dated outside my race? What you think?
No.
No. So both of you guys say no. The answer is yes. White,
Okay.
Asian, Lebanese, Hispanic.
Okay, Lebanese.
I love them.
She wanted to make sure you knew he was about that foreign.
Oh,
Lebanese,
yes.
Egyptian.
Ooh, they're
Come on.
wonderful. So yes, I have. Yeah, they love me. Okay. So the question was, the icebreaker question is, why do you choose to date outside your race? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. So it's just a preference, not that I'm against my own race. It's just I prefer it that way. Um, I find it more appealing to be outside of my race. For some reason, it's more attractive to me. There's so many elements about, dating a particular man that I like. So yeah, that's where I stand.
You want to let King do his intro because he just got here? You're muted, by the way, Amber. So you know that. Yeah, you're muted. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and do your intro. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Name's Clint George. Find me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. Yeah, pretty much Clint. My name's CLYNT George. Have I dated outside my race? Yes. And because I did not achieve all the goals that I wanted to last night, I'm drinking light tonight. I'm drinking I call it the vaccine, Corona. Yeah. So yeah, that's me tonight.
Okay, Mr. Vaccine. Okay, so go ahead, Clint. Greg, go ahead. I'm sorry. You remember the question?
Right. Yeah, to answer the question, I don't like choose to interracial date. I don't like go out of my way and say I only date one race or anything like that. It just kind of happens. I never I never discount any race or anybody, so that's kind of what I just fall into.
Okay. What about you, Clint?
Ah, um, let's see. I've probably dated every race except Asians. Um, for me now, I won't say there's anything wrong with interracial dating. For anybody, I personally prefer my black woman. That's just my honest opinion. Any other race coming at me right now, you have to come very strong with a high mindset on what I'm looking for to steer my direction in any other, away from my black woman, right? I want a woman so dark that she looks like my 3D shadow.
Whoa, damn. That's a beautiful thing. I did not mean to giggle like that. Damn. Okay, I'm feeling that, Clint. I love that. That was so beautiful. Why do you feel that way? Let me just ask that. That was a lot. So why do you feel like that at this point in your life?
Um, but there's a lot that goes into that. But at the end of the day, this just my personal thing is that I think it's about time that as as black people, our wealth comes, back into our community. And a lot of the times when we date interracially and we achieve something, that wealth leaves the black community. And I think it's about time we start doing like the Jews and have our dollars circulate our own system 17 times before it actually leaves.
Okay. Um, I can definitely see that. I say that a lot myself too, so but it does not deter me from dating outside of my race because,
Oh no! I mean, I enjoyed being called papi. I mean, papi is very good for your ego as a man. Like, but
but not about to play with you tonight. I don't have it in me tonight, y'all. I'm tired. So the next question is, we already went over that. So how does your family feel whenever you've dated outside of your race? Chris, you'll start. I'll let you go first.
Me again? Okay. Um, I was basically disowned. So
What?
my family really didn't accept the fact that I dated outside of my race, even though I wasn't so, I don't know. I just mostly everybody was just what's the word? Surprised. They didn't accept it because my family is very culturally rich into our heritage. Then again, I do come from old school ways, where people will stay with their own clan or whatever. But yeah, my family, and then after a while, they were receptive after a bit. It took like at least 4 months later. I had no communication with my parent, with nobody. It was hard, but I managed. I mean, I moved on. I past that. I couldn't let that drive me to what I wanted out of it. I wanted to explore and find out what was out there, and I did. I did. Yeah.
Okay, Greg.
I mean, my family's never really cared too much, except probably my aunt. Like in high school, every time I dated a girl, because I went to high school with my cousin, and my aunt, every time my cousin would tell my aunt that I had a new girlfriend, my aunt would always say, "Is she black?"
Lord.
And that's like the only time my family's really cared. I brought around Hispanic, uh, black, one white girl, just one white girl around my family, and nobody ever seemed to care.
Mr. Clint?
well, I always was the black sheep in my family, so I don't know what they thought, and I didn't give a crap. Um, I just did what I did, and I was like, this is who she is, and enjoy or not, and we're moving on with life right now.
Did you say we're moving on with life?
Yeah, just but once I make the introduction, I could care less what their opinion was. I mean, after all, at the end of the day, the relationship is mine. If it did progress to a point of marriage, then I'm committed to that woman. So the opinion of family at that point about who she is really didn't matter to me. And growing up as a black sheep, it made it quite easy. So I didn't care.
I hear that. I'm one of those myself. Sean just joined. Hey,
What's going on, man? What's going down? How y'all doing?
can you give your intro for me real quick? Ooh, not a lot of that. Just like that's gonna be nasty. Sean, if you can give your intro, your name, your handle, where we can find you,
Jatwan
what
Leroy.
you drinking.
I'm drinking on a Modelo, something like, I got a.
Okay.
Man, I just finished my Modelo.
You got the Modelo Negra?
Yeah, brother. I just finished it.
I wanted to get one in. That's kind of too light. I wasn't gonna go to work in the morning, so I said I'm gonna do a little light today. But my name is Jatwan Leroy. IG handle no wings _ I'm fly. I'm basically just the realest, honest, transparent, and just all around a realist. So pretty much that's pretty much the intro.
It's a funky mess. I always see you do your lives. When do you do them, and how often?
It just depends. I pretty much just try to do them just if I got some topics to talk to some females about. I just get kind of input from different sources because a lot of people, I ask the craziest questions, and I just try to get
You do.
a lot of input from different sources. So it just depends, man. If it's on my mind, I probably just jump on randomly, just be an ass and go at it from there.
And where can they find you when you do your live, Sean?
On Facebook.
Jatwan.
Jatwan Leroy is my government name, but Facebook made me had to put a name, so it's Kashawn Ward, KASHAWN WARD at Facebook.
Boom chakalaka. Okay, Sean. Oh, that's the God dog. The icebreaker question was, why do you choose to date outside your race? So I'm gonna let you answer that question, then we'll move on to the next question.
Shit, experience points. Experience. Like, you can't say you don't like something until you try it, and that goes with different races and different type of people and all that type of stuff. Like, you can't. Like, I feel like you can't just be messing with one race your whole life and then say, oh, I love this race, but you never experienced outside to know and compare and contrast. So I do it because, it's kind of on the exotic side, but then when you deal with a certain, I don't want to be stereotypical, but when you deal with certain females, they kind of gear you toward that other lane. You know what I'm saying? You be like, man, all these motherfuckers want the same shit. This motherfucker want money. This motherfucker want money. This motherfucker here want time and money. Let me go see what the other people talking about. And that's how you just, that's what brought me to the side. When I came to Texas, it was open season. Like, because I'm from New Orleans. So in New Orleans, blacks was with the blacks, the whites was with the whites, the Spanish was Spanish. But when I came to Texas, they was like, hey, whoop, whoop. And I was like, really? Is that easy? And then from there, I just was like, oh, I'm open season, so that's when I deal and dabbled on all kinds of different races. So once you start to deal outside your different races, man, your perspective changes. Like, a lot changes about things. Like, your perspective on people change. So what?
It definitely the hell. Sorry. Yeah, it definitely does. Is that Carlisha? Oh, James, you made it. Let me see if are you on here? Oh, can we see you? Hey, James, can you give your intro real quick?
Yeah, it's Joshua James. But
Joshua.
I'm sorry, I had a lot going on.
Go ahead.
Is this an introduction right here?
Yeah, do your intro. The one that I messaged you.
All right. Okay, what the whole intro criteria was, but I'm Josh, and uh, uh, I'm in a interracial relationship. uh,
Where can we find you, Josh?
where can you find me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not big on social media yet, which that probably will be changing pretty soon here. But you can find me at on Instagram, Joshua James underscore boy. Is that what you mean? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and Facebook. You know, I'm not very uh, versed in this stuff, so you have to bear with me. Is that
You're
good enough?
fine.
Is that good
Yeah,
enough?
that's good. That's good. What are you
All
drinking?
right.
Are you drinking anything?
I'm drinking coffee right now, actually.
Coffee. What to look at?
Yeah.
Chris got
No,
water. You got coffee.
Yeah, at least I don't feel
yeah.
bad.
We get
I got my
drunk on here.
vaccine.
Y'all didn't know?
Look, this is my first time, and last night I got drunk for the whole rest of the week. So
Oh
I'm drinking
no.
my
Okay.
water and coffee
Now I'm gonna
for
let you.
today.
I'm gonna let you make it. I'm gonna let you make it. So the
I
question, the
appreciate that.
icebreaker question is, why are you? Why have you decided? Why did you choose to get into an interracial relationship?
Why did I choose to get into a
Mhm.
relationship? That's a tough question to ask. Because when I was younger, I didn't think about it as interracial relationship. I was always raised around different races, and um, I was the kind of person where I like what I like. I think I did go through, like, in high school, a little phase of, like, I kind of was a little iffy about coming out and saying that I was attracted. I felt that pressure to, like, oh, you like black girls, and but it didn't take long for me to be like, man, I like what I like, and I don't just like black females, and uh I feel like it's beauty in every race. So I don't limit myself. But yeah.
Okay, coolio. Okay, so
Mm,
y'all ready for the next question? So we're gonna
mm.
the way we're gonna do this is I'm gonna ask the next question and then I'll let two people begin to answer the question because now we have more people. I just don't want to take a whole lot of time. So just like raise your hand or whatever if you wanna answer that question. So the next question is, are the stereotypes true when you're dating folks outside of your race? The stereotypes that you hear about, like, I'll just use this one for an example. Do black people really all they eat is fried chicken? Like, do we really just eat watermelon? Are the stereotypes true? Who wants to answer
Uh,
that one?
uh, let, let me answer that one.
You gonna answer it?
I'll answer
Okay.
that. Yeah, I got an answer for that. I mean, you know, they can be true, but you can't, like, you can't just slap that stereotype on everybody. So, like, you can come at it from a comedic aspect. Of course, you got to be careful, especially if you're a white man like myself, or but you know, uh,
Ultra sensitive. We have
I'm
to be like, very sensitive to like that topic because I can't tell you,
got to.
if I like all I like is just Mexican food, and you just assuming that what if I like Chinese? You're right. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you good.
No, you're right. Yeah, that's true. Exactly. I mean, because you can't. I've met a stereotypical black person, and I've met black people who were just nothing like what you would expect. Maybe from the perspective of somebody who's not familiar with being around black people. But I don't go by stereotypes. But I make joke. Like, I love comedy, man. So I sit there and watch comedy all day. So I don't, like, even when people talk about white stereotypes, it don't bother me because I understand what it is. Uh,
For sure. Okay, Carlicia made it, y'all. Hey, Carly. Can you give us the backstory real quick? We have all of our co-hosts here. So
I see. OMG. Hi, guys.
so can you go over the stats and like give a quick summary about the information that you found on interracial dating?
Yes, so I actually found a very fun yet interesting fact. So supposedly the first interracial couple started back in 1614, and y'all would never believe who it was. It was Pocahontas. For real. Like, no lie,
It was
seriously.
who?
It was really It was Pocahontas, okay?
Oh yeah. I think I heard a little something about this.
I did hear a little something about that, but I really didn't know how true it was. Okay. So it
Right.
said that another stat that I also got from this came from Global Times website. It says ever since then, interracial marriages have been increasing, and now they represent 17% of all marriages in the US. The biggest increase is among African Americans.
Uh-huh.
And this was the last stat on this was July 18th of 2019. So that's what I have on that. And also, Amber, did you touch on those other
I did
the
not.
other? So Amber was a little surprised. I kind of was not really surprised, but I really wish I could. I'm gonna see if I want to kind of turn
Share
my
your
camera on.
screen.
I wish I could share my screen. I don't think I can share my screen from here from my email. But basically, okay, so it says black men are twice as likely as black women to intermarry.
Mhm.
And it's crazy because like, okay, so there's a bar graph on here. And so in the Hispanic community, women are more likely to date um or to I'm sorry, intermarry. The percentage on that is 28%. Over the men is 26%. White men is 12% and white women is 10%. Um, for the blacks is 24% of men over 12% of women. Now, you know what, Amber? That's a
That
big,
was shocking. I
that
ain't
I
gonna
didn't
lie.
even really
I
pay
was
that any
super
attention.
Why?
shocked.
That's a big
I
hike.
was
That's a big
definitely shocked.
jump.
Why is it shocking?
I was definitely shocked.
And in the Asian culture, 21% of men, and there was 36% of Asian women
I believe that.
that
God Lord.
Must be on
that
No,
drugs.
are
I
most
definitely
likely to
believe that.
intermarry.
I
So
definitely, you hear that a lot. So black women aren't wanted and Asian men aren't wanted.
so it says that
It's
the
not funny.
information I have at the bottom, it says that one of the most dramatic patterns occurs among black newlyweds. Black men are black men are twice as likely as black women to have a spouse of a different race or ethnicity, and that's 24. And like I just read to y'all, 24% versus 12%. This gender gap has been a long this gender gap has been a long-standing one in 1980. So 8% of recently married black men and 3% of their female counterparts were married to someone of the different race. So the stats is there, y'all. I mean, this ain't
My
nothing I
God.
made up, child. This ain't nothing I made up. I could definitely share this website with you guys. For those of you who don't, I mean, it's there. I was really now reading it out loud. Like it's different if you see something and you just kind of like browsing through. I'm like, oh yeah, this look good. This is perfect. But then like just really dissecting it, that's crazy. So that's it on
I guess
that. Yeah.
I'm more so wanting to know the why. I really don't care. You know, you love who you love. I just want to know the why behind it. But okay, so the next question
Question.
is, um, what are the advantages of interracial dating?
That's a good one.
That's a big question. That's a big
Who want to
question.
answer
Hey,
that
you
one?
know what?
Is that Greg hand up?
Yeah, that's my hand up.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm not gonna say there's an advantage like if I date a white woman, I get away from cops easier or some shit like that. I'm not gonna say that.
That's right. You get out of jail free card.
Yeah, jail free card or something like that. No. I'll say there's like, other than the fact that like genetically passing on different traits helps out your children and also helps with all the species, because we are same species no matter what, except some man thing, whatever. But it helps better out the species because you get different traits. I think that's like the only real advantage. There's nothing really like socioeconomical that helps us out. There's nothing that's like geographical or anything else. Other than genetics. That's like the only thing that really helps. People like what they like, and that's all. But guess what? If a white woman gets with a black man, then all of a sudden, and his descendants is from like East Africa, she now has like her child now has a less likely chance of getting skin cancer because vitamin D malnourishment. Malaria is now less likely to kill them. Like, it's just different things that passes down with genetics. That's like the only real advantage.
Anybody else an advantage to dating interracially?
I'll go ahead and say something on that. Man, an advantage. Man, you know, I think there's a few that you could pick out, but I feel like it's more disadvantages in this day and age. But then you have like two people in this world. You got people that are accepting and open, and their understanding is, look, if whoever you love, don't let nobody tell you you can't love somebody because of how they're looking. But then I also see the other side of the spectrum of, you know, a lot of the advantages are, you know, kind of mostly attached to people who don't date outside their race, for a lot of reasons that, you know, we've probably heard in a lot of conversations of, you know, this kind of conversation. But I'm not sure what the advantages would be. I mean, you can say stuff like, well, you know, the babies are beautiful, but, you know, to me, that's a shallow answer, even though it's true.
You date, but everyone on here has
That's
dated
tough.
interracially, right? Wait, except for Carlisha, have you ever dated interracially?
Nah.
No.
You have
Okay.
to think about that.
So
Like,
everybody other than Carlisha has interracially dated, and nobody has any advantages. Y'all just doing it?
You got
I mean,
credit. You got
I
credit.
didn't say nobody has advantages.
okay, y'all, let Sean go.
There are advantages, though. I mean, in the woman's perspective, I mean, I can't tell you. Well, to begin, there has to be some kind of physical attraction, first of all. I mean, there's an advantage there because the more attracted you are to your other, yeah, there's going to be a lot of, you know, excitement, a lot of adventures, a lot of things that you both are going to agree on. But if you have no connection whatsoever, what the fuck are you trying to do anyway with the other person if you're not willing to explore that other side of the difference between you and that other person? If you're not willing to go that extra ride, then you know what the fuck are you doing on the other side? Okay, so either you jump the boat or you don't. You fucking sink or swim. What do you want to do? You just can't. You can't. So my perspective on that one is either you want to go in for it or you don't. I mean, there has to be some kind of attraction for sure.
But what's the advantage, though?
I want to
The
say
advantage.
that for me, if I ever had to date outside my race,
credit score, Sean. Why do you say credit score?
Credit
You got
score.
credit score. You got the perception of when you got to think about it. Situations are de-escalated when you mess with interracial people.
True.
So you see a white man with a black woman, a situation is a total different situation between that
And black
and
man.
police are going to treat you differently. People are going to treat you differently. Like,
It's true.
it's a perceptional thing. Like, when they see two black people, they might see it as fear. They see a black and a white, black and a Spanish, they're kind of like, okay, well, we kind of let them get a pass. It's just, everything is just different. The same thing with you. When we see, I mean, I ain't gonna say we, I know a lot of people may not do this, but if I see a white man and a black chick, I'm straight stereotyping. I'm like, that nigga probably got some fucking money because he ain't fucking the right.
Rude.
You know,
Rude.
it's all perception. That's an
stereotype. Yeah.
You have the perception of it, and then you got to think about your kids as well. Like when you have interracial, and when I say interracial, I don't mean like black and white. I mean like black or white and a different race with a different language. So if I have I got my kids have Spanish. She knows Spanish, so that's bilingual. So for job purposes, she'll be able to get a better job, a quicker job, paying more with that different background. So the advantages is you get to combine backgrounds and make a new background, and it's just a whole bunch of advantages and disadvantages to it. To me, I think it's more advantages, but I mean,
so okay. My next question is about the disadvantages, but Sean, since you seem to know so much, like, so what are the disadvantages of dating outside your? You said there are more advantages. So what are the advantages in comparison to the disadvantages, in your opinion?
The disadvantages, once again, are perception, family-wise. So when you date a traditional Mexican or traditional Spanish woman, like the family are not really going to accept you like that, like the way you would be accepted amongst with a black couple. That's a disadvantage. But at the same time, a lot of Hispanics, they know how to stay in their lane. Like as far as when you come into the woman's life and you're the sole provider, they won't like you, but they'll accept you. Like they'll be like, I don't really fuck with you, but you fuck with my daughter, so I have to accept you. Versus if it's a black couple and my mama don't like you, I don't give a fuck what you got going on. You get married, y'all can have 7 kids. She's still gonna be like, I don't like that motherfucking Tasha. I don't care what you're doing with her. I don't like it. It's a different vibe, man. Like it's a different vibe, man. I'm not gonna lie, because I know I don't fuck with a lot of different races, and I'm gonna be real. The different races, when I go to like events with them, I'm more, and I ain't gonna say accept it, but I feel more welcome at those events. Because you know, when you go to black events, if you're not a fun-loving person, you have a dope personality, you go to a barbecue with your friend, and you kind of like just. And nobody gonna come fucking tell you shit. They gonna be like, who the fuck is that over there? He bougie. You go to a Spanish event, a Haitian event, man. Hey man, you eating? What you drink? Come on, man, come over here. How much I gotta give y'all on drinks? You ain't gotta pay for shit. We got everything. It's just everybody have different backgrounds. I think.
But you know, Haitian is still considered black. I mean, I'm saying.
I think it's more. I really think it's more of a culture thing.
You're saying more from a culture perspective.
From a culture.
You're saying from a culture perspective. Okay.
The way they were raised.
Okay, I'm saying interracial though, like
interracial
race.
What you mean?
Like you talked about the Spanish perspective. Got it. Like dating a Mexican woman, right?
Yeah.
I got that right. Okay, like that. Or a white woman, or like, what are the advantages and the disadvantages of that?
I mean, it's.
You said there are more advantages than disadvantages. So I want to know I want to hear your perspective on how the advantages outweigh the disadvantages.
The advantages is credit, right?
Okay, black women got good credit.
I wouldn't say credit. It's like a.
Put your head up, Sean. You just ain't ran across a black woman with good credit.
Okay, how many have good credit? When I say this, this is what I say with this, and I'm not trying to be racist or anything like that. Single out different races. I'm gonna put it in the Kevin Samuels. How many medium value women or low value women have good credit? Because the majority of women want a man that can make a substantial amount of money. When you first meet someone, the first conversation you have is not about your credit. Like y'all not even talking about that shit until it's time to get a house.
Well, I hope you are discussing credit, because credit is very important. It depends on the age of the woman, and it depends on what she's been taught. That's like a whole nother lie.
It is. That's
a whole nother lie, for real. No, that's not true. That is the black women that you are dealing with, that you're surrounding yourself around.
That's Kevin Samuel logic. That's Kevin Samuel logic.
But you gotta consider too.
I want to hear what he said about the credit thing.
Keep going.
Oh, I'm talking about disadvantages. I'm talking about the advantages. Which one?
Advantages.
The advantages.
Who said this? I said advantages.
But I already talked about the advantages.
Okay, you only said credit.
No, I said
that your child bilingual. Credit's the only advantage. You said that. You said the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. So
wait.
I'm going more there.
I have a question.
Go shoot.
I have a question. Okay, so you said credit's an advantage. Like
Mhm.
the very second you date someone outside of your race, you get a larger credit score because of that person's race.
You don't, but they base your credit and what you can get off your race. That's why they have that question on
Right,
there.
right, but that doesn't give you an advantage though.
That
That's
gives,
what
Dating
my
them doesn't give you the
that
advantage.
gives you a great advantage. You go somewhere and you got a 510 credit score and you're black. Hey, brother, I really can't do nothing for you.
But that's what I'm saying. That like when you go somewhere with a 510 credit score and they're like, "Hey, man, are you dating a white woman?" Like that.
Right. That's what I'm
It's
trying
not
to
an
see.
advantage.
If I go in there with a white woman,
Yo,
if I go in there with a white woman, I guarantee you I'm going to get more. Hey, well, let me see what I could do. Let me work around this. If I go in there
But
with
that's
a
not
white woman,
credit. They're gonna run her credit too. And
You're
she
gonna
gonna
get her
co-sign for you.
credit. It's not your
what's it gonna
credit.
cosign for you? That's the credit update I'm telling you about.
Then
Oh,
that's a-
so she co-signed and she got
Hey, what was
you.
the credit?
She
Then
gonna put
that's
you on her
not
credit
a
card
racial
as
advantage.
an authorized user.
We're gonna
That
put
could be anyone. That could be a black woman with good credit. Then she's co-signing for you. That's the advantage of dating that woman. It's that woman in particular.
Yeah.
What is the majority of, like, let's be real. Let's be honest and real. Let's be real here. What is the majority of a black woman? Your credit is a fucking 417. What's the majority of a black woman you eat and she likes you a little bit and you say, hey, I'm trying to get this car, but I need to put in your name because your credit is good. What's the majority of the women that's going to tell you, okay, that's fine. I got to hear this. Black independent woman. Yes,
She gotta like you a lot.
Sip the drink, because you know I'm not lying.
You gotta be choking, pulling hair, sucking soul.
And we're back to eating ass again. There she goes. Back to it.
You go
Let me just go ahead and drink.
You go in that motherfucker with a cake. Hey, look, bitch, I need your motherfucking credit because my motherfucking shot, and this is what I'm trying to get. Okay, no problem.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's a person. That's not.
Yeah, that is still a person.
A person represents the credit, correct?
Right. But what you're saying is you're basically valuing their race as the credit.
Yes. But when it comes to credit, when we look at it as race, I think that's more of a culture thing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
because I came from the Caribbean and I figured out how to build credit real quick. I built my credit score to 763 before I graduated from college. I forget because where I come from, you spend money that you have. So once they told me to build your credit, you pay it off on time. So I just use a credit card and pay it off the very next day.
But I'm saying it's also like the cultural part of it is fine, and that can interfere with it a little bit too. But like, it's not a race thing; it's a person thing. Like, if
I do agree with that.
If the person's gonna like have good credit, like you don't know if you're dating somebody with good credit until they tell you they got good credit. You don't know what you're getting into until like it comes up like, so how your credit look like? You want to do this like?
I tell you what, it's the white woman that destroyed my credit.
Which one destroyed the credit?
I ain't gonna lie.
Which one? Which one?
The white woman destroyed my credit. I tell you that straight up. Like, bam! I'm like,
crazy.
See, there you go.
I thought y'all had good credit.
What was you doing?
See, he thought what Sean was saying because people say that over and over again. You start believing that, but that's not really what it is.
That is not necessarily true that their credit is good. It is not necessarily true, and based on the fact that I run a business and I have to do like people allow people to buy with PayPal credit and stuff like that. You would be shocked how horribly wrong that stereotype that white people's credit is
very wrong. It is very wrong. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Me working in retail part time, and I have it's very diverse. I get a lot of diverse women, and from when I ask people if they want to apply for a credit card, you will be very surprised how many of our women get pre-approved or approved for a credit card over the other race. So I really don't let stuff like that get to me because it is what it is at the end of the day. But it really makes me sick to my stomach to know that people really feel that strongly about Black women. Like, oh, they credit bad or they vagina stinks and all that shit. Like, what kind of women?
That's the thing about it.
I never heard that.
I have
never heard that one. It's another race that they
I have heard that. No, I have heard that from men in the past that have only has dealt with.
I ain't never heard that
opposite
stereotype.
of that.
Oh, because black women don't like to go to the doctor. So I'm like, well, what kind of women you dealing with? They got then you got bad. She got bad credit and bad smelling vagina. Like it's. I
never
would
heard
hear
that
some
stereotype.
crazy.
I ain't
I
never
ain't
witnessed
never
any.
heard that one.
I have
Never heard
heard.
that
I
one.
have
The opposite.
definitely heard that. I'm
Carlisha,
just
you
like.
coming here and telling us some stuff that you heard, and I've never heard that.
I've
I
never
have
heard that.
I
don't think
have
nobody
I
heard
have
that one.
heard that
Look, we
because
all sitting like, what?
I
I
have
ain't
heard
never heard
that.
that.
A dude, I don't know if the dude was trying to put. I don't know if the dude was trying to put like black women in a box from his experience, but he was just like, oh, because black women don't take care of themselves. They don't go to the doctor. And I'm
We
just like,
don't?
oh, I
You
ain't
see, the
never.
question
That's
is,
what I'm saying. I ain't never heard of that either. That's why I was just like,
Oh,
I
you
he
don't
always
pulled
have to
that
know.
one
ask
out his
somebody
ass.
why. When somebody makes a statement like that, you need to ask them why.
Yeah.
That's what I
Because
asked. I was like,
Yeah.
well, why do you feel
he
like
probably
that?
had
I know that's what I'm
one
saying.
experience.
I asked
One
her, I was like, well,
experience
why
and
do
just
you feel
generalize
like
it.
that? Like, are you just saying it because I mean it's cool if black women is not your cup of tea. And if you want to date outside of the black women, that's okay. But you can't just say that for all black for all black women. I thought that was one of the craziest things I had ever heard.
Honey, I ain't heard that one.
All right.
Okay, so my next question is, what compromises must be made in order for an interracial relationship to work? Who wants to take that one?
Holidays.
Holidays.
You gotta
Ooh.
know which holidays are important. You gotta talk to them about which holidays you're going to. Because I've dated a fair skinned woman when I was going to Texas State, and she did not know what Juneteenth was, and she didn't know why was happening or what was going on. So we had to still talk about these things for her to know. But also, she was a different religion, so she had another holiday that was very important to her. So we had to discuss these things, different cultural things, or also explain how the dynamic is when you go to holidays, because you can't go into a black Thanksgiving and be like, don't be offended by what's said to you. They're gonna cap on you. They're gonna roast you, but they like you. It's totally fine. And then you go to somebody else's Thanksgiving, everybody's quiet. They don't talk. Nobody bothers Uncle JoJo or whatever. You have to explain those little things. Just culture stuff.
For sure. Okay, anybody else?
So okay, I got a question right fast.
Shoot.
So, when you say interracial, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking about females or males that never dated outside this race and then get with you? Because I feel like women who dated black men or different races, they kind of already know the premise of that relationship and those standards. So are we talking about I get a Becky that's never dealt with a black dude before and then I mess with her? Are we talking about women that only, because there's some women and men that only deal with certain races?
Well, I didn't ask that question. That is a very good question, Sean. So does anybody on here only date outside their race? No? You only date outside your race. Me personally, I date everybody. So
I date everybody.
Yeah, same. I don't have I only date black men. I only date Hispanic men. I don't. I only date white
Just
men.
take
What
over
about
the whole bottle? The whole bottle. Just do the whole bottle.
you know what? You see
Just
it happen.
simple the whole bottle. You're going extra slow.
This is
And
why
then
you gotta have
clear. You rather just
this is why
in front of the line, everybody has got to hold the ticket.
once it go all the way empty, then I got the fresh bottle. I don't want to open the fresh bottle, so I'm kind of trying to.
You know what?
the first bottle's already go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
Go ahead and do it. I'm already here. You got me by your seat.
Hell no.
I was going on and put the tequila up in there because I already had that.
I got to hurry up and hit this second goal so I can drink again. Jesus.
Oh, I'm already on the tequila.
I'm gonna let that chill.
It's hitting real strong right now. So, okay, Carlisha, you only date black men?
I've been trying to date outside my race. They don't like me apparently, so it doesn't work.
Okay. So Chris, do you do you only date outside your race, Chris? Oh, she must be having some tech issues. You're on mute, Chris.
What did you say?
I said you only date outside your race?
Yeah, I do.
You only date black men?
I only date black men. But you
Okay.
know now, I mean,
Mm.
things have changed. There's somebody along the line, along our conversation did mention, um, it changes like my life right now. It's just changed so drastically that I don't perceive. I mean, whoever comes along, I just want them to respect me, respect my kids, and there just goes a lot more into it than just what they look like. I don't, and of course,
Mm.
like I want to say he has to be attractive, but the attraction is internal. I want to make sure that he has a good heart and is willing to go, like 100% towards him or towards myself. I'm not,
So
yeah, but
what you're saying is now you're willing to date other races other than black men.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm open to it.
Julio. Okay, Sean. Now, what were you saying again? Now we know everybody's stance.
Oh no, I was just saying like when we talk about interracial,
My sense.
because you said the compromises. So what I was saying was if it's a person who's dealt with like how she said right. So I'm pretty sure she has a general idea of how it's about to be Thanksgiving, Christmas, holidays. The same way I have a general idea of when I go to a Hispanic motherfucker house, a white woman's house. I know, okay, I know these motherfuckers gonna be in here watching some motherfucking Grey's Anatomy. I know I gotta make some bullshit ass conversation with these motherfuckers and some fucking Modelo and motherfucking Michelob Ultra, and I know I gotta crack these corny ass jokes. So you have like it just depends on how often you've been getting it in. Like if you've been dating like boom, 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 boom. Like I've been boom, 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 boom. So I kind of have a schedule of what I know to expect. So it's never nothing that's a compromise for me. It's like, okay, I know a lot of Hispanics are more family oriented. And when I say family oriented, like these motherfuckers are like every event, everybody there. I know when I go there, I'm gonna have to talk to grandpa, I'm gonna talk to grandma, all the uncles, cousins, everybody gonna be there. It's a family environment. When I go over there to my uncle and them shit, there's some people who don't fuck with him. So I know they ain't gonna be there. I know I can't say certain words. I know I can't speak about certain people. But I've never been in an environment with different races where people like, nah, we don't fuck with them. They just like, to me personally, like my personal experiences, I think that other cultures are more family oriented than blacks, not African American. I mean, like blacks. What?
Can't really agree to that one. Like more family oriented than black. That maybe it's because of my background.
Yeah,
maybe because I'm Caribbean. I don't think anybody could be more family oriented than the families I've seen in the Caribbean. That's a whole.
That's what I'm saying. That's a different culture, though.
Okay.
Well, I'm
What do you
talking about.
consider black though?
Well,
Like,
then I'll speak for like black culture. I think that's like it depends because I've been around three different. I've been around my mother's family, my father's family, and then like the mother of my child, her family. My dad's side, very family oriented. Gets together every holiday, hang out. Super Bowl, NBA championships, get together, hang out, do stuff. My daughter's mother's family, they hang out, all types of stuff. Now, my side of the family, we're not very family oriented, but that's just how we've grown to be. But it's just different people. You can't say, yeah, there it is.
What's
Like,
the
I have like
majority?
2 examples out of 3. Like there's still
Any other black people? Your families are family oriented. Anybody? Any other black? Caribbeans are family oriented. I mess with Caribbean.
Very.
They're real family oriented.
We're so family oriented that if I'm your friend and I show up at your event, I get to call your mother mom.
Bro, they are real. That's what I'm telling you. Different, because we weren't raised like. To be honest, if you had a single mother, man, your single mother wasn't as family oriented because she didn't have enough time to do that. Especially if you have multiple kids. Like my mom had 5 kids. She didn't have time to be at every other. We only was with our first cousin. You don't know me. I don't know my third cousins. I don't know them. I can see them. I probably didn't have sex with my third cousin and don't even know it because we don't family.
Lord deliver him. Somebody throw holy water in that man's direction.
Do you know your third cousins? All I'm saying is, do you know your third cousins?
Yes, I do. I know my third cousins. I know my Louisiana cousins.
I've learned to ask very strategic questions to figure out if I'm related. Are you from such and such? Yes. Okay. Bye. Your cousin.
I know
bye.
that's how I know. I don't agree with that because my mom was a single mother, and I still hung out with all my cousins. I still hung out with my dad's side of the family, my mom's side of the family. We still like did stuff.
Y'all
like,
stayed around each other? Well, y'all
yeah.
close?
No, not close.
Did y'all stay in a distance to where you can travel to them?
That's every distance. Every distance you can travel to somebody. Plane, train, automobile, you still travel to somebody. What do you mean like travel? Like travel
Like,
within
can you say, hey, cuzzo, come on, you from Houston?
Yeah.
Different culture. All together, different culture. What part of Houston?
You can't this
get put in the bracket.
Like it's not.
I'm gonna tell you right now. What part of Houston you from?
There's America and then there's Houston.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Well, what's I from?
Yeah, what part of Houston you from?
I grew up on the southwest side.
Okay, I'm gonna get this one I tell you when I say Houston is a different culture, right? You got people that's on the southwest side, they don't go to the north side or nothing.
But see, that's the thing about it is my cousins were mostly on the north side.
That's you one of a many. Ask somebody from Acres Home that say something about say a distance. Hey man, can you come meet me on Interracial? Where's that? I know people that have been living here for 45 years.
My play brother is from Acres Home, and his family's very family oriented.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
Like,
Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
not gonna lie. From my family, my mom's side is from Acres Home, and I got uncles that really they ain't trying to baby. They gonna sit on the back of their truck. They gonna drink their beers and they gonna go around the corner and that's it.
I literally was in Acres
But
Home.
but like y'all are saying, like that, what y'all are saying, it really depends. Like when you make the statement, I'm a single mother, and I make sure that you know what I'm saying. I make sure I go here and go there with my kids. I try to. Matter of fact, Chris is a prime example. When her situation did not work, we made sure we stayed in contact because that was what we said. We was like, we do not want the cousins to be separated and not have a relationship with each other just because her situation did not, you know what I'm saying, did not work. So we wanted to make sure that the cousins stay connected. So I really think it really just that one is hard because it really depends on your upbringing. It depends on a lot.
It does.
I firmly believe that culture.
I don't deal with my family like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, I really firmly feel like culture is more.
So, but on my
culture,
on my mom's side of the family, like we got together a lot when my grandmother was living.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother passed away. It was kind of like our family dispersed. But on my father's side of the family, they're from Belize, so they get together. They want to do stuff. You know, they're family oriented. But on my mom's side,
that's the culture.
So I
mean,
that's
the culture.
I have every single one of my black friends, my black male friends, their families are very family oriented, and when I go around them, their families are around. Like it's not like something where it's like, oh, I don't really know your mom, you don't really know my mom, you don't really. I know because we hang out. When I hang out, go to their house. They have their cousins over, they have their moms over, they have their dads over. There's like none of my friends that I've known for at least 5 to 6 plus years where I've not met their parents because of some kind of event that they have all been at.
Okay, we're gonna go on to the next question, y'all, because I feel like we've been on this one for a hot minute. So the next question is, do you feel like the sex is better?
I sent you the questions.
Mind your business.
She mad at you.
I got them.
I did on accident.
Like,
my bad.
Oh, accident. Okay, well, take
like,
over then, boo. You
got the
finished reading them questions, honey.
Thank you.
Oh, Joshua.
Okay, re-answer the question then, Amber.
Yeah.
The question was, do you feel like the sex is better? I just asked. Carlisha just asked it. Yeah, you can answer it if you want.
Yeah, answer.
Is the sex better?
With the other race?
In an interracial relationship, more so than in any other relationship, or is it better? Like I don't understand. Is it better?
So so the best sex I ever had was with a Lebanese man. It wasn't with a black man. So I can honestly speak to that and say the sex was better, and it could have just been the man. And not necessarily the fact that he was Lebanese.
Okay,
there are good craftsmen in every culture, and there are bad craftsmen in every culture.
Say it again. Say it again.
True.
There are good
wanted to know,
craftsmen in every culture,
do you feel like
and there are bad craftsmen in every culture. But I have
Okay,
runner
so I feel like
diagnostics on my own
I
how
want
I
experience.
feel.
everybody to answer that question. Those who have dated outside of your race, do you feel
I,
like the sex was better?
so look, let me finish my answering my question. So answering the
Go
question.
ahead.
So I've dated mostly black women. And some black women that I've dated, wasn't all that. And then there was other women that I've dated or messed around with where it was crazy, it was off the charts. And so I think that's a question that's more that you would ask on a personal basis, because you can't really say, well, the sex is going to be different. That can vary. I think that's what I'm trying to say, to just to simplify it more. So that's kind of a tough question, because uh, can you contribute good sex to the fact that it's between interracial couples? So I don't know.
I
That's
mean, I
my
don't
take
know.
on
I've
it.
heard that, women of other races do things that black women wouldn't do. I'm a black woman, so that's what I've heard
It's
from
true.
men. And
What?
I don't, I heard, like I said, I've heard that. I'm
Nah,
just
Well, I
asking
yeah,
have
y'all,
we've
who is
heard,
the
multiple
sex
women
better
from
definitely
with?
different
heard
races, and
that,
I'll tell you if
definitely.
they do that or not. Let me
Okay,
hear.
so
It's
Greg, answer the
stereotype.
question. Is the sex better when you're dating outside your race?
I don't fetishize race, so I don't really care. Like it's not. It's not even. It's not any better. It's not any worse. It's like I've had dead fish that are black. I've had
It
dead
varies
fish that
person to
are like
person.
white.
Dead
It's
fish, I like that.
So it's like
I think
I
dead
want to
man.
know what is the specific thing you heard that different races
Was it
do.
different?
Okay, if we want to get specifics, and Amber can definitely chime in. From what I've heard, that white women do way more in the bedroom than black women. I've heard that Hispanic women do way more in the bedroom. So it is race. But mainly I've heard white women do it all in the bedroom.
Carlicia, I'm gonna ask you this question. This is just for
That
you.
that
Just for
that
you.
that be true.
Just for you. I hear from you that you hear a lot of negative connotations about black women from other people. Like you hear that, like you say
Yeah.
yourself, black women, like white women do more than black women. Hispanic women do more than black women. Like you said you haven't been able to date a white guy because they just don't look at you and things like that. Or I hear a lot of negative connotation coming from you that you heard from other people about black women. I'm wondering why is that?
I don't fucking know shit. These is what the fuck they tell me. Amber, am I lying? Shit, you asking me like
It's
I'm
the
the one talking down on
association.
black
That's what that
women.
is.
I'm just like, but because I'm saying I don't think
You
these
saying
things.
she need to change her circle?
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
100%.
But
Because some of the things you're
I
hearing,
haven't been hearing them things.
like black women,
No, but see, y'all taking
black
it. Okay,
women,
these are just in general
General.
conversations. Amber, was you not on the phone with me earlier?
When we were on the phone earlier, I did tell you, Carlicia, that what that lady was saying was not.
Well, no, I
She
know,
wouldn't.
but see,
She
but
didn't know what
this
she
is
was talking
all.
about. It
These
is
are
general.
like,
Now, I have also heard the
yeah,
same
like I'm
thing
saying, this is just in
about
general, like
black.
with colleagues
Right.
and just
I've heard.
having just a
I have heard the same
conversation.
thing. Let me say this: I'm a black woman. I don't like anal. Right. I don't like anal. I think that it seems like it would hurt, and I don't like pain. I'm a runner. So listen, if a man comes to me and he's like, "Hey, yo, you want to do anal?" I'm like, "Nah, go get Becky because I always heard Becky gonna do anal. I'm not."
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said what I said. I'm like, that's why I said what I said. I'm like, Amber,
That doesn't
chime
mean that
in.
other
Like,
black
Amber,
women don't do
chime
that though.
in. Like, am I not the only person? I know I'm not the only black woman that have heard people say that white women do more. That's why I'm like, Amber, chime in if I'm lying, because I've
No,
heard.
I'm not saying that, but I will agree that some
I've
of the
heard
things
people
that we
say
did
that.
discuss earlier, those ladies didn't know what they was
that's
talking
what
about.
I'm saying though. Like you ask
But
these things. Right now, you have black men who have had sex with white women right in front of you to ask this question. And I'll say right now, I've had more anal sex with black women.
what?
Tell them again. Tell them again. Tell them again.
Yeah, so like
Tell them again.
Okay, Clint, what about you?
I've been alive for quite a few moons, and I've lived in more than one country, obviously.
Mhm.
Y'all black women are number one to me for a reason. Y'all are amazing. Black women will do anything. What I've heard when it comes to white women is that they're easy. That is what I've heard. And in my own experience, I can say yes. Because when I came here, in order to get a white woman, I just stopped talking like this and started to say, hey, girl, wagwan.
But you can do that to a black woman.
He pulled that out. He pulled that out. Like, he was like, I got that in on me.
It didn't work so well in the college I went to doing that with black women because it had a heavy Caribbean population in my college. But it worked every time with white women. I'll tell you, that's just throwing that Caribbean accent. It gets you out of a slump in a long drought. I'm telling you.
Okay, Sean, your turn.
It's facts. I mean, I'm a agree to it. White women, man, this is what it is like with the racism. So black women don't really take no shit. Like you can't just go to a black woman and say, hey.
And that is true here in the Caribbean, Africa, wherever there's black women.
No, you ain't never tried anal, but man, that's what I'm doing. She gonna be like, you got me fucked up. You better go try this next bitch. I don't know what you're talking to.
That one I can't agree with. Some of them will be like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
Better.
You're white Latina. She gonna be like, I guess we can try it. And it's like, you know, like they're more, I'm not gonna say they're more willing to please, but I think a white woman that messes with a black man sees him as inferior. So they like, it's a delicacy. It's like
you're definitely something exotic.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show out the same way a black dude will show out on a different race. It's just something that you just not used to having. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to mess with this white chick. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really be into.
I don't care that show out on everybody. That's my brand. You can't be bad talking me and Tiger in public. Must be crazy. I show out on everybody.
I used to mess with this white bro, and she was like a white. Like she was like white. Where it's a fight in the club, she running immediately, going behind the bar like white. And I'm telling you, I don't really be into all of that. Let a motherfucker swallow me type shit. Like I just be like, nah, if I gotta kiss you, I don't want to do. I think you should.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just saying. You know, I'm real particular about that, right?
Okay.
So, I never used to let her do this. This girl wrote me. I'm not gonna lie. This girl wrote me after I left her house that morning. She wrote me.
Be careful, this is being recorded.
A long ass message. And was real adamant about how upset she was that I didn't let her do that. I'm like, bro, that's just not me. I don't do that. She's like, I don't know why. I mean, I really like you. I want to taste you. I was like, I don't like it. It's weird.
What did she say she wanted to do?
She was like, I don't understand.
Let her taste and wait 24 hours before your next kiss. That's it.
Hell nah. Because what you been doing before this? If she forced me to do it, I'm like, man, I don't know how many gallons you got in your stomach. And I swear, she was white. Like, pull up, you gotta talk white.
Okay, wait.
You trying to set me up, dog. And I swear I wish I still had this. I got on my Facebook. I'm gonna ask, like, remember that time she wrote me a long, and this was before the newer iPhone, so you know the messages came one of 6, 2 of 6, 3 of 6, and I'm like,
yes, I remember that.
I'm talking about, man. I was like, bro, you really want to do that? She was like, yes, I want to taste you. I don't know why you don't let me do it. I was like, it's not me. I don't play me. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come over there. And after that, they be going live, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gotta ask them. You know, black chicks, you be like, hey, you gonna go ahead and suck that motherfucker? What you gonna do? They gonna look at you like,
No, I don't think you have to ask a black woman to suck it. But
so
me,
one night stand,
I don't know.
You sucking some meat on a one night stand?
Some of them you have to.
No, I ain't sucking on meat on a one night.
That's exactly my point. The white girl coming right
Hey, why not?
Kind of like a lot.
You get all your balls on that too.
Hey, Amber, cap,
facts,
cap.
Cap.
Amber's like, not on the first date. Cap, not on the first
cap.
No. I said he said one night stand.
I was a one night stand. No.
He said one night stand. I say no. I ain't saying it won't happen on the first date. I said one night stand.
So you're saying there's a chance.
It's a chance.
I'll take a chance.
I have tried to have a one night stand before. It didn't work.
You got rules for one night stands? Is it rules for one night stands? Like, you
I
can't suck
don't
meat
think
on the
that
one.
there are rules, but
There's only one rule: get what you came for.
I'm just really weirded out about this whole
that's a
thing
tough
about
one.
like certain races do certain things, and I've never
I
had
can't.
certain races. And
Yeah,
then,
I can't. I
white
can't
women
honestly
like
say
anal,
certain
I
races
have.
I can
There are
shoot.
different attitudes. I can say
I
there are
can
different attitudes.
I can shoot you some numbers and some you trying to. They be
This
live.
boy is
What I can say is
crazy.
they may not, it's not about trying different things, but in my experience, I've witnessed different attitudes among the races, and it's like quote unquote attitudes from the races in the bedroom. East
Different
Indians are probably the
attitudes.
most. Yeah, East Indians are
Not
probably the
acts,
most.
but
The
attitude.
attitudes, yeah. Like East
Gotcha.
Indians are probably the most submissive I've ever met in a bedroom.
Who?
East Indians.
Okay.
And they live too. They
Oh yes. They get hooked
Kick his
quickly.
face. Oh, yes.
them and them Hondurians. Them Hondurians.
They be, East Indian be like, I'm in love with you. I was like, hold on. What do you know about me to love me? You love my dick. You don't love me.
Whoa.
You don't love me. You don't know me.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's black women ain't gonna tell you that at the first night. They gonna hold.
No.
They gonna hold
They,
you.
they probably won't even tell you when it's true.
Yeah,
For a while.
They come at you with some situations like, well, what are we doing? It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah. What are we?
Yeah. A white girl not gonna ask you
I
what
want to
you
know so that I ain't, I can make sure I can still talk to Billy Bob because I don't want to be thinking that we got one thing going on and we not, and then I let Billy Bob go when I should just keep him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Captain America. I hear you.
I mean, I just want to know.
So, Carlisa, you sucking meat on the first night on the one night stand, or you got the rules too? No meat sucking? Because
hell no, I ain't sucking nobody's nothing on no first nothing.
okay, so you're not sucking the meat, but you want to get sucked. I just want to make sure I'm understanding clearly.
No,
I was
no, you don't have to do that to me.
If he offered to suck, you're not like no, because I'm not gonna do you.
I have definitely said no because I don't want nobody to think that I'm gonna give it in return. Not on the first, no.
You gotta wait till the second.
Maybe the third, fourth, fifth, sixth.
Because the dates matter, the times matter. Okay. All right.
Ooh,
I'm
look at your own
my
wrist,
one
baby.
night stands were amazing. I'm a flat boy.
So foreplays are totally out. The first night, foreplays are totally out.
Hey, I'm trying to figure out how they're having sex. It's just dry sex.
You said first night what?
So you said no oral or anything. So it's like foreplay is out of the book.
No. I didn't see. You didn't hear me say that. Y'all said one night stand.
Y'all said one night stand.
So again, one night stand, foreplay is just totally out.
Not for me.
Then that's a part of oral. Is a part of foreplay.
Exactly.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, foreplay is not oral though.
No, foreplay is not only oral.
Oh, we had that, Amber. That's yo. Remember?
No. I'm not saying.
I asked you that question.
I'm saying
was foreplay a part of oral?
Oral is a part of foreplay.
Oral is a part of foreplay. If oral is not part of foreplay, you didn't make it all the way to four. Three play.
Only foreplay though.
But it's included in it. It's in the package.
Yes.
So
that's right.
Included.
Right. No. You can break down. You can break down foreplay.
Let's go to the next question. Amber, go to the next question.
It's a part of it. You can break it down.
Yeah, like give me a massage, kiss me on my neck. I mean, if he decides that he want to do whatever he gonna do, I'm not gonna stop him. I'm not gonna say, "Oh no, don't do that." I'm not doing
oral and foreplay is like running to second base and just crossing the diamond and said you made a home run. Oral is part of foreplay.
And then once we complain about
just
run straight over the pitcher.
It was like
read the next question, Amber.
Now Amber talking about she don't foreplay.
I said I do foreplay. When did you hear me say I
talk about eating ass last week?
Yeah, don't even bring that topic back up, brother. No,
we're not gonna bring that topic because y'all did me bad. I did.
Who did you bad? I did nothing. I did nothing.
If it's my man, I am willing to please him. If there are things that my husband or my man wants, okay, that's different. Other than anal, because like I said, I don't like pain. And if he can find something that make it not hurt, we'll talk about it. But pain and me, it just don't work. I am not getting right. Pain, no pain, no pain.
Amber, make sure you not pull her hair, smack her butt, none of that stuff, because she does not like pain.
Well, no. I like the hair
Whoa.
pulling. That
Oh, see,
There we
pain done
go.
right
There
with the
we
right amount of
go.
pleasure.
no.
Makes it good.
Anal seems like it hurts.
It's gonna hurt till it gets good.
Regular sex
Man,
hurts.
Oh,
Amber,
then it got good.
No.
Amber,
Regular
I'll
sex
I mean,
drink.
is good.
Amber,
I
I'll
mean,
drink to that.
I'll drink to
I'll
that.
drink to that. I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to
I
that.
mean,
I
if
will
you try with a
drink
construction
to
worker who
that.
goes full
Clint,
jackhammer, then you're in
Clint,
problems. But
Clint. Well, we moving on, boo. We moving on. Amber, read the next question, please. I didn't say I'll drink to that about 5 minutes.
I,
Uh,
I
And
deny
if
all
you
these
have
things.
if you have children from an interracial relationship, what race do they identify?
The
biracial.
dominant gene.
Both.
Both?
Both. You're both racist.
Black,
Right.
right?
I'm just asking, like,
Black,
what do
red,
y'all? If you
Mixed.
have a child
That,
that's biracial, what is your child identify as, or is it open, or
They
what do you tell your
they
children?
are both they're both biologically, but they if it's black, usually they tend to write black in there rather than what the
Jim
other
Crow.
race.
Okay. What about you, Sean?
She can go whatever gonna get her a job. I don't give a damn what she writes.
Dang right.
I
Use
be,
whichever one gets you the best advantage in the situation.
I be putting white on applications. So I mean, she black because it's dominant gene, but I guess I roll with mixed. My daughter's mixed. I have a daughter that's mixed, so it's mixed. I don't really care what she identify as. Like, I'm real cool with whatever she wants. I'm not that big up on the race thing. I already diluted the gene pool, so I'm good. Whatever she want to roll with.
This boy here is crazy.
Honestly,
You use whichever one it works. I had a math professor that was Scottish, and I made sure I knew I had Scottish roots. A's all the way through. Thank you.
This man here is crazy. What about you, Josh? What about your baby?
she 3, so she ain't work. She don't know nothing about trying to identify herself as such. But you know, I lean more towards the idea that if you half black, well, she's half black. Well, she's half white, and then her mom is Hispanic and black. So she's probably I've heard that if you got black in you, then you black, and so I'm not sure how that's gonna turn out. But one thing I know is she's gonna understand her roots. So I mean, she's 3. She's 3. She's not there yet.
Right. No, I'm saying as a
But that's a
parent, like,
debatable subject.
what have y'all discussed as parents about, what your child will identify as? Have y'all ever had that discussion? Have y'all ever thought about it?
Nah, well, me and her mom is just barely starting to get together, so she ain't even on that level, man. But I thought about that before, and that's something I probably have to sit down and talk to her when she starts asking questions, and I'll probably end up having to explain a lot of stuff because a lot of stuff going on now. Again, she's too young, but she'll probably identify as black, and I wouldn't see why not. So I'm full support of that because I do understand all that comes with it. So
Let me ask a question fast. Your baby mama, your child's mother. You got like the best of both worlds.
Yes,
It's just the worst of world. It's just the worst of both worlds, like attitude wise.
The best of both worlds, the worst of both worlds.
What the attitude would be like 1 to 10, like
with my baby mom.
Yeah.
With her being black and Spanish.
It's not that bad. I think stereotypically you assume that they gotta have a bad idea and stuff. But she has her issues just like everybody else. But she's been more around her Hispanic family, so I don't know if that's relevant. But I don't really have a problem with it. I just.
My mama Hispanic.
Wait, what was the original question? I feel like I veered off.
What?
No, you're fine. You answered my question.
It's
and you
fine.
answered Sean's question.
She's valid.
Yeah.
She's valid.
Okay. I'll be ready to choke.
Chris, what do your children identify as? Or what do you have your children identify as?
I mean, that's a really hard, like, to me, because I'm a single parent, so it's really hard for me to address it sometimes. Like, it came up in conversation with my oldest because he's going into high school and dad is not very actively present in his life. So to answer your question, I let him choose what he wants to be
Okay.
identified as, because I feel like that's part of the process of growing and him identifying with what culture he wants to be part of. So I feel like I've exposed him enough to like my part of the family. And right now he's at a point to wanting to know more about the Black culture, learn
Mhm.
more about, what is out there that he doesn't know, he doesn't understand.
I think that boy to the
So,
Caribbean.
so that's where I'm trying to find a mentor that is culturally, uh, you know, well, you would know it. I feel like he's missing out on it because I can't find that particular, person to help him learn that. And as he gets older, I feel like he is going to learn it. I mean, eventually he will. So yeah.
Yeah, and that is kind of hard when you do have a. And I mean, clearly my kids are not biracial or mixed, but if you are a single mom and you do, you may be white or they may be mixed with black, white, or in Chris's case, her kids are mixed with Hispanic or Mexican and black, and it's kind of like that is kind of hard because it's like you're doing it by yourself and you
It
feel like
is.
you're only exposing them to that world and then
Mhm.
you want to try to pour some of the other world in them, but if you don't have the other side to really pour into
You
them,
mad or something?
you can only do the best that
So,
you can only do the best that you can.
so
So that one
yeah,
is
so the
that's kind
certificate,
of
I mean,
hard.
in his
I
birth
had to take out
certificate, I chose both, um, in mixed race because I want him to know that he's not just one.
huh?
Mhm.
I want him to know. Eventually, Ruby's
No,
going to be asking,
I was just tired. I was just
what am I?
tired.
And it was like a hot topic. I honestly couldn't um fulfill him with those answers. It was really hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was really challenging. So all I had to say was, let's just wait. We're gonna talk about it later. Let's find somebody that can help you understand that other side, that culture that you're missing out on. So that's where I stand right now culturally. I want him to learn that, the other side.
Sounds good.
Well, you got us, girl.
I know.
I mean, but
That's
no,
true.
I mean, she's got us, but boys need that man.
No, yeah,
Yeah, boys need a
come,
man.
I mean, really, I know that.
Yeah.
We all three know that.
I sent my son,
Different
boy,
topic.
call your daddy. Where you at? Going on with your daddy. Okay, so to end the live, I want to know what commonalities that you find between you and the other race whenever you're dating. What are some things that you have in common with the other race that you're
I
like,
For
don't really
things to
get.
bring us together so it doesn't seem like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a tough question right there.
Yeah, that.
That's a tough
I don't
question.
even know if that's a race thing, but more
I
as
said,
it's an individual thing that you get connected to. Like you connect with a person's individuality. They just so happen to be of a different race, and then you start learning about that other culture because you're with them. I don't think there's so much. I don't think it's always a commonality within race. Granted, I can say that there are some races that do share a certain commonality when it comes to being very social. Like I've noticed Mexicans are very prone to being social as Caribbean people. Just gather and randomly have a block party for no reason whatsoever. Somebody died, somebody got married, somebody graduated, somebody dropped out of school. But you're having a party regardless, and everybody's welcome. I realize Mexicans are very much like Caribbean people in that aspect, but usually I think you connect with somebody based on their individuality rather than a cultural thing. You later on discover commonalities in culture afterwards. So I think it's more individual rather than culture.
Greg, why are you frowning?
this thing is muted.
You muted.
I'm looking at like two screens. I'm also looking at the transcribed version of what we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm like reading what he's saying. So I have my mic down a little bit. I was just thinking like, yeah, it's a like I was agreeing like, yeah, it's a cultural thing. Like I think most of the things that we are talking about here aren't so much cultural. They're more like person to person.
Yeah.
Like it's more like, okay, the sex is good with this person, but with this person really vibe on race too much. and we get like those hangups that like just because this race is here, that this race is better to date, then that's why I say fetishize it. Like you're like, I only date black men because of BBC or whatever the fuck, or I only date Asian chicks because
they ain't big. All of them ain't big. Let me just let you know, baby.
Either way, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I think like a lot of this stuff is like, that's why I want to be the one person to be like, when I'm dating, I don't see race, but then also the race issues do come up.
Of course,
they do come up, but like I still can't be like, when I look at you, I see this cultural history behind you, and I just avoid it, or I see the stereotypes and I avoid it. I can't do that or can't say that. So I don't know if really answer the question. I'd say
I don't even know why that statement even exists. I don't see race. I mean, you have to see race. I mean, the fact that we're split like that, it creates the diversity that makes the human being so wonderful. Mm-hmm. I mean, if we're all the same, geez, good Lord, thank God not everybody's like me. It'd be a horrible world to live in. We need
Josh,
diversity.
you want to speak to that? You had your hand raised?
I just didn't want to interrupt. I didn't want to
go ahead.
Over here. He was talking. Yeah, well, for me, like, I guess the way I would answer is it's not so much about trying to find a common ground between races, because that's really hard to do. But it's about finding a way to compromise. And 9 times out of 10, well, I can't say 9 times out of 10, but in a lot of cases, you know, when you have an interracial couple, those are two people who are willing to put the differences of race aside. And there's pros and cons to that, in my opinion. I do understand a lot of the history and a lot of I'm constantly trying to learning more and more about Black history and the history between blacks and whites in America and whatnot. But when that trickles down into the society that we live in today, you can't really, we're real far apart. But for those who can kind of put those things aside, which is hard to do, those people don't have as much of an issue, I see. But for some interracial couples, it's more about just compromise and saying, well, look, your lifestyle is different, mine's different. I just know that I like you and we vibing, and hopefully we can get past these things. But sometimes it just don't work out that way. It's just about assessing the situation, and it's on a person by person basis, in my opinion.
Sean, you want to speak to that? The question?
What was it? I heard it. I didn't have nothing to say on it, so I kind of was.
That's why I'm like looking at a transcribed version.
Yeah, the transcribed one kind of. I was looking at the same thing when he said it because I was on live. Like, okay, what the hell? That's what they're saying.
Oh, wait a minute. Do we have Alicia? Are you looking at the comments? Y'all know I can't see anything. We haven't said anything about the comments all night.
Comments.
That's because I literally just pulled them up. Like, it's funny that you say that. I just pulled them up like 2 minutes ago. Yeah, my Facebook wasn't connecting on here, so I'm just not reading the comments.
My computer's transcribing as we talk. That's why.
Hey, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and log off. It was nice chatting with you all.
Bye, Chris.
Bye, Chris.
Bye, Chris.
All interesting conversation. I mean, good luck to all of you.
Peace out.
Bye, Chris.
Bye.
Good night.
You did that like them Asian hentai cartoons we doing it.
Kawaii. Yeah, I watch anime.
Y'all don't stop coming for me.
Naruto. That's all you see. Naruto, that motherfucker.
You looking at the comments, Carlisha, real quick before we log off?
It said somebody said brick deal where it say black men don't eat pussy.
Yeah.
Well,
how you think this mustache group? How you think this mustache group?
That's a D-A-M-E.
That's a damn lie.
Stereotype.
Rebuke that person.
Ain't Madeline said that.
Anytime you see me without a beard, you know I ain't. That's a sign right there.
You got a beard. That
was a lie. Okay.
That's how the beard grows. Come on, man. Beard on my foot.
Charlie, at least you grow one.
And this shit is long too.
I'm on a drought. That's why I got me beard. I'm on a drought. Nobody
So
wants to
Oh,
be
yeah,
there.
God.
Hey,
okay, so
George.
yeah, ain't Madeline did say that, and then she had said that you guys have lost focus on the subject. Mom said hi. Then Aunt Madeline said the father. Then Mary said hey hey hey. So it was kind of random. Let
Some
me
random comments on
see.
what we're talking about.
Scales. What's this? Trinice Scales
Mhm.
said because black women are the queens that rule the universe.
Dang
We
right.
are.
Yes, indeed. From South Sudan.
Um,
Get out. God.
Ah,
she said
okay.
that there are different types of people within a race.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
and then she was like, "I'm not signing up for this. I'm kind of reading them backwards." Okay.
In the room. She said the black women. What you said now? With the black women are the queens of the universe, and they run the world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
she must be a Beyonce fan.
They do possess the ability to. I would say that.
I can't say like I can't say black women are queens because they're saying you say that it's like if God's against me, then who's against? Then who's if God's for me, then who's against me? Like that's basically being like if you have this position, nobody else has it. Nobody else can be in it. So like I'd say women are queens, but like depending on what you're like, and it just depends on what your world is. You can't. I don't like the whole like crab mentality. Like you pull like crabs in a bucket. Like we gotta like stomp on each other to get down. One woman can't say I'm the queen, you're the princess. We can't like push somebody else down. So I don't like that. I just don't.
When you say queen, like me personally, I don't like I'm gonna be real. I don't like when motherfuckers call me king. I ain't no king. I don't like being called that. Like I don't. In order to call something, you have to operate a certain way. Like you can't just call a regular ass motherfucker a king, or you can't call a
No,
regular.
you can't.
And
No, you can't.
operate in that whole atmosphere. They're not in that plateau. So I don't believe in that all women are queen shit because you got some women they don't be
That's
queens.
peasants.
Ain't no mentality.
Everybody is a king or a queen. It depends on the kingdom they're deciding to run.
Well, okay. Well, some people are paupers and they just
But
trying
it
to like.
depends on the
Let me
kingdom they're
just be
deciding to
like,
run.
Hey,
You could be the king of paupers or the queen of paupers.
I just don't feel
Whatever.
we shouldn't call like I feel like certain people should earn certain titles. That's just me personally.
agreed.
I don't
I will agree
Yes.
with you. I will agree
I
with you on
can
that one.
definitely agree with that. I cannot
I can agree with that
stand
one.
like on the dating sites, people be in your inbox, hey queen. I have to tell this
Bruh.
one dude, please don't call me that. Please just don't. You don't know me well enough. How do you know I'm a like? How do you know
Hey,
I'm a queen?
tell your girls the same thing because they be hitting in the inbox. Hey, king.
I be like,
Hold on.
I don't do
I
that.
don't do that. I
Hey,
do not
Grand
do that.
Rising, king.
bruh,
Grand
Grand
Rising.
Risings? I be wanting dog. Grand Risings. No, stop telling me that, bro. Like
I know I'm on your
hey,
list,
y'all. I
but
got
it's
to go,
fine.
y'all.
Like,
Y'all have
all
a
right,
good
bye,
night.
James.
Bye, James.
Same.
yeah, I don't operate like a king, so I feel like I'm not worthy of that title per se. You know, I'm not a king. Like I'm
tell
just
me good morning. I don't care.
I don't like being called that.
I feel so attacked. Look at my name.
All right. Hey, no. If that's your name, that's your name. That's fine.
That's not my real name.
Brother, y'all are
You want the good
tripping.
morning, Greg? That's fine. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm saying
Grand Rising, king.
ain't nobody on
Blessings be upon you and your
yeah.
and all of you have raised. And,
King George, what's your comment on that? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like I just don't like the fact that he's like, okay, how would you date king? I'm like, bro, that's like I feel like you putting on the front. That's like everybody wearing the dashiki, all the other stuff is like
Shut up.
Well,
you don't operate, you don't like
I respect
together like these kings and stuff do. Like they look out for the kingdom, they look out for the good of the majority of people. Like if you're not looking out for everybody else, but you call yourself a king or queen, you're really not. Like they're willing to lay out their life.
I respect your point of view, but my thing about it is in this life, I'm the person responsible for my own destiny. I'm the person responsible for my own space in the universe. Therefore, I am the king that determines that destiny. So I am not when I call myself king, it's not that I'm king over everybody. I'm the king of my own space. I determine my destiny. And so
okay.
it's not so that being said, the way I look at it is everybody is a king or queen because you are determining your own destiny. It's all your decisions that are going to determine where you're going to end up in life. You are fully in charge of that, and there is no one that can undo your decisions or actions. It's just you. You are the monarchy of your life.
You think a king dictates that though? Like a real king?
Say that again.
Does a real king dictate everyone's destiny? Like a real king? Like,
technically, no. Technically, a king cannot really dictate everyone's destiny. I mean, people allow a king to rule over a kingdom, but when the people get upset, he usually gets assassinated. Which so which king orders his own assassination? None.
All of them
He
really
rules his own kingdom, and as long as people are pleased, they allow him to run it.
It's based
and
on
when they no longer are pleased, they take him out.
It's based on your actions, because you're gonna have jealous motherfuckers might be in your family. I mean,
you know what? You know what? Let me tell you. There's one thing I've learned: if you have not gathered jealous people or haters, you're not progressing. That's life.
All right. So, but about your like king statement though, like everybody can't be a king. Like everybody can't. Like you said before, if everybody was just like you, there'd be no different. In order for you to know there's smart people, there has to be dumb people. In order for you to know there's somebody's a king, somebody has to be this. So with everything you call yourself a king, or you say all people are kings, you're now putting everybody on this level. And I get what Sean, right? I get what Sean's trying to say, and I get what you're trying to say. You're saying the mindset. Okay, he's saying that you're calling somebody a king without knowing their mindset. So and that's what he's trying to get at.
It's regardless. But okay, my point is regardless of that person's mindset, they are a king or queen of their own destiny.
But that's your mindset on it, not
no one can I can't make your destiny any different. It's your decisions that are going to do that. But the decisions you make in life govern your own destiny.
I think what you're saying, the word I would use for that is a god. Like I'm a god because I control my own destiny. Like when people say I'm a god, I'll be like, okay, I understand where you're coming from.
That's better.
For sure. For sure.
From the definition of a king is what I'm saying. I'm just saying a king versus a god. Because a king can be appointed based off family ties. Like you can be a shitty ass king, but you're the son. So it goes automatically to you. You might be the baddest motherfucker. Game of Thrones. That's why I learned all the king shit. But
even then, you see then again, there goes my point. Because at any given point in time, there can be more than one king or more than one queen.
Yeah,
different kingdoms. And to the way I see it is, everybody's life is their own kingdom.
So would you let a female call you king? Like you cool with that? Like you say,
bro,
and she bow, my king.
It's come to the point
whatever
where
you like.
So there's we have a family reunion that got like they recently decided to get like a Zoom group together and have like a family reunion every week. They come together and they talk, and I'm pretty sure most of them don't actually know my real name is Clint.
You said your family?
Yeah, most of them probably do. They call me King. They know it's a nickname, but most of them probably don't even know Clint is my actual name.
All right, that's okay. That's okay. I can understand that because it's named King. Like I think T.I.'s son is named King, right?
Yeah,
I don't know what his name is.
T.I.
His name is
T.I.
King.
does have a son named King. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think one of the youngest boys.
I don't know. Yeah, I started talking about celebrity shit.
Really and truly, it's a funny story how I actually came across the name King. It was actually completely by accident. When I first came here, came to Texas in 2008, Papa John's used to actually write your name on the pizza box. So when they asked who the delivery was for, I said Clint George, and when it arrived, it had King George. And the next time I called,
that's
because
hilarious.
the number was in the system, they said, "Is this King George?" I was like, "This is he."
That's hilarious.
Oh Lord.
Well, y'all, this was super duper uber fun. I did not want to do this live tonight. Let me just let it be known. I did not want to do it, Carlicia.
I saw the face. I knew it.
I did not want to. Y'all, I am preparing to go out of town. My birthday's coming. I'm working. I'm starting a new job. Like, I got a lot going on. So I'm like, I don't want to do this tonight.
Amber, your job?
Somebody said, The show
I
must
told
go
her,
on.
I was like, the
right.
show must
So-
go on. And it really tried to be like, I'm telling you, something tried to defeat this whole night because I called her with some stuff going on at my job that was unexpected. So that's why I actually got on super late because there was some drama popped off at work tonight. So I definitely told her, I was like, we got to be consistent. I was like, I don't really care if we talk about how many bathing suits we packing in this bag for the weekend. We got to get on. We got to be consistent. And like
Shout
she
out
said,
to Party in Camp. It's going down. Okay, sorry, y'all. So
yeah. So we had to get on. Like,
so
we
but yeah,
really
thank
appreciate
y'all for
y'all
showing
getting
up.
on though. Like, seriously.
For sure,
We
for
really
sure. It was a
appreciate
good
it.
live. I'm glad we had the conversation. So peace out. Love y'all. We will see you guys next week. We'll have an update on how our trip went.
All right, go do that.
Bye.
8. I'll take it easy.
Man,
I didn't say nothing.
good
You see
night.
what I'm saying? Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.